So welcome to the Sound Software Workshop 2012. I'm Mark Plumley, so I'm Director of the Centre for Digital Music here at Queen Mary University of London, and we're running this workshop as part of an EPSRC funded project that will happen a little bit later on from here. We'll tell you a bit more during the rest of the session, but most of this workshop today is not talks from us. Actually, this is an opportunity to talk about the sorts of issues that come up when you're trying to do research in audio and music and in other fields that might feed across to and from audio and music using software and data in particular. What I thought I'd do is just for a couple of minutes do a bit of an introduction to the sorts of issues that we're dealing with here. So I should be able to just improve the visibility a little bit with this light. Okay, so that should be better, but you should still be able to see to write with. Okay, so audio and music researchers, one of the things that we found from our group particularly is that people come from a wide range of backgrounds. We've got some people that come from a software development background or signal processing or electronics, computer science, but other people that come from music performance or data sonification, or we're working with people from biology as well. And so this means that there's no single necessary software platform that everybody can share, although people have got common interests in how this is used. But also lots of different platforms. So a large number of people use Macs, other people use Windows, other people use Linux. And so it means you can't really guarantee that you can write software for one set of people and it will be used by everybody across the community. Also, people have got lots of different experience in software development. So some people have really just started software development as part of their research. Other people have done software engineering courses and so have almost done it for a living beforehand. So this has implications when it comes to thinking about what maybe an ideal research pipeline might be for what we work in. So the ideal research pipeline goes that one researcher, let's say researcher A, reads some background papers, they do some research, they publish their paper, and another researcher B thinks this is really interesting and they want to build on this research. And so they understand this paper, they can reproduce the research in the paper from researcher A, and do more research building on that, and then they write their own paper, and that cites researcher A. So researcher A is happy because they've got some citations, and also they're making a difference to the world. Research is advancing. But actually what often happens, and we'll see some examples of that mentioned today, is that researcher A does their research but uses lots of software and data as part of the process, but when they publish the paper there's not enough space in the paper to put all the data and all the software, and it doesn't quite make it out into some associated something, or not all of it, or only bits of it. So when researcher B comes along to try and reproduce the results in that paper, maybe the software's not published, maybe the data's not available, perhaps it came from somebody's CD collection and they can't put it on the web because the music publishers wouldn't be happy. And so eventually the consumer researcher, if you like, gives up and does something else. And so we've got this barrier here in the process of research. And this is just one example of the sorts of things that can go wrong. And I've seen one example where actually two succeeding PhD students in the same group, it took 18 months for one of them to get the software working that a previous PhD student had done before. So there are things here that really ought to be working better. So the Sound Software Project, this is funded by EPSRC, the UK Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council, as part of an e-science area project on sustainable software for research. So we're one project specifically narrow within the audio and music research community. There's another project, the Software Sustainability Institute, that Steve Crouch will talk more about this afternoon, which is a wider project that covers all the subjects. And basically we're here to support the development and use of software and data to enable high quality research. So it's about enabling research to happen and in our particular community. So really we're here to help researchers in this community, or researchers that might help people do research in this community, to do research better, if you like. So Chris Cannon will be talking more about the project as a whole this morning. But just to give you the programme for today, so we'll start with a keynote from Cameron Nayland shortly, and then in the sessions this morning, I think you should have all the programme here. We'll go through to 12:50 when there's lunch. Networking lunch will be outside where you had coffee, and we'll also have a tour of some of the facilities and listening room and performance space for those of you that are interested while you're here, and towards the end of lunch a demonstration of the SoundSoftware Project tools and software for those of you that actually want to have a go with that, and that will be in here, I think. Chris, is that right? Yeah. So then this afternoon we'll go on to another oral session before the break, and then finally after break in the afternoon another set of talks before a discussion at the end, and then for close and for people that can stay, we'll go down the road to the Half Moon pub to continue discussions after the workshop in a convivial atmosphere. Okay, so I think at this point it's enough really from me, and the first, just to go back a couple of slides here, the first speaker is our keynote speaker this morning, Cameron Nayland. And I'll leave Cameron to introduce where he's from at the moment, but he'll be talking about the idea of science as a service from here. So Cameron, over to you.